I knew Wes Anderson was a dog person. I Love Dogs is the second stop-motion animation movie by Wes Anderson after Fantastic Mr. Fox. In I Love Dogs, you follow a bunch of doggo exiled in a trashed island near to the fictional Japanese city of Megasaki because they have the dog flu. When Atari, a young boy looking for his dog, crashes his plane on the island, the dogs will help him find his lost pet. We will then follow Chief, Rex, Boss, King and Duke in their journey. But it won't be only an expedition to find a lost pet. It will be a journey through loyalty, love, servitude, solidarity and friendship. As usual, Wes Anderson's characters are more important than anything else, and their emotions are brought to the front with simple honesty and sincerity. It's beautiful, it's funny, and it feels so good to watch. If I would have to describe in 3 words what I Love Dogs is about, I would say it's about licking your wounds. It's about healing and healing with others. There is no one single main character in the movie, but they all go through hurting, injustice, manipulation, and they all try to survive together. And at the end, animals seem more human than humans. It is maybe the most political Wes Anderson movie, with a conspiracy theory background story and a very violent critique of politicians and political manipulation. And how do you show how politicians are evil in a dog movie? They love cats. I don't know how it does this, but I feel like stop-motion animation has been created to fulfill Wes Anderson's artistic vision. The very nature of puppets and the slight stiffness of their movement fits perfectly in the Wes Andersonian absurdity, incongruity tone. Everything in this movie is meticulously arranged. Absolutely every shot is a masterpiece of composition, movement and color, like this scene in silhouette shadows in a cave made of empty bottles, which by the way made me think of Balto a lot, is absolutely stunning. You will tell me, yes, but Wes Anderson always does that. Yes, he does. But I feel like every time I see a movie by Wes Anderson, my expectations are surpassed. I mean, I am not what you would call a Wes Anderson fan, but every time I see one of his films, it reminds me that cinema, even today, can be surprising, innovating and unusual. All that is done with the omnipresence of whistle and drums that create a rhythm in the movie from the beginning to the end, to the point when you cannot breathe. You're so involved in the movie. And I really like this, and I think that what was missing in Fantastic Mr. Fox. In that way, I Love Dogs is way more fluent, even in the animation itself. So it looks like I'm saying only positive things about I Love Dogs, and yes, it's a great movie, there's no question, but somehow it will maybe not be my favorite movie, or maybe my Wes Anderson favorite movie. Also, my main critique is about cultural appropriation. I can't help but notice it, and I know that initially they were planning on producing the movie in Japan, but it was too complicated and they had to produce it in England. Thus, throughout the movie, a lot of efforts made on communication and languages. At the beginning of the movie, they say that all the barks will be translated into English. And if you don't speak Japanese, there will be a lot of moments when you only understand the dogs and not the humans. And all the Japanese humans in the movie speak Japanese and are voiced over in English by characters present in the movie, which is a little bit heavy, and sometimes subtitles would have been helpful, but all in all, I think it's well done. But once again, Japanese characters, so the dogs, are supposed to be Japanese, and they are still dubbed by American actors. And that disturbs me a little. Does this mean that I Love Dogs shouldn't be shown anywhere Of course not. However, I think it's important to point out these kind of things so we get rid of them eventually in the future. That is all for this review, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I see you next time.
I won't hurt you, I won't hurt you.